Hi, in this video we will start with the hands-on part. We will create a free account on the Databricks free edition and then try out some basic operations on Apache Spark within Databricks. So this is the URL of Databricks free edition. Here we can sign up for the first time using our personal email ID and then directly log in using our account. I created it using Google, so I'm logging in using my Google account. After login, this is the page we see for the Databricks. And as we can see, here are multiple sections on the left side. These are some common sections which are used by everybody. Then here are some sections which are used to play around using SQL, and then some data engineering specific parts, and then at the end we have some sections related to AI ML. So all these things we will cover in detail in upcoming videos. For now, to get started quickly, we will start writing the code, and we write the code in Databricks in something called as notebook. And notebooks we create in a workspace. So this is the workspace, this is the home page, and within the workspace as a home icon we always see the current users folder. So this folder, it is available in home, and if we expand this workspace, then also in this workspace users we will see our same user. So this folder and the home folder are same only. So here we create a new notebook. We can create multiple things which we will discuss later on. For now we will start with the notebook part. So this is our first notebook and this is where we write the code. Currently the default language, it is coming up as Python, and we can change it from here also as and when we need. We will start with Python. And on the left side, this is the most important section which is called as catalog. So this is Unity catalog, where all the tables, views, and a lot of things are stored. So these three are the catalogs. Within each catalog we have schemas. So these are all the schemas, and within each schema there is the exact object, which can be a table, view, volume, it can be anything. So this is how the hierarchy works. So it follows three-level hierarchy, like catalog, schema, and then the table or the object. So in our example we will start with the samples so that you don't have to load any data. We will go to bake house, and these are the tables which are available to use. So we will use this sales franchisee table. Now let's try to read this table. And how exactly we do that in Databricks? So it is using Spark. So this Spark, it is called a Spark session. It is a object of Spark that is used to interact with the structured data sets, data frames, anything. So whatever code we write, we always write it using the Spark reference so that it knows that we are running the code on Spark. Then after Spark there can be multiple options like read, write, and many more. We will start with the read part. And read also, it supports multiple formats, multiple things. We can read a table, a file, or a folder. There are many things. So we will start with the table because we are going to read the table. And then here we specify the name of the table which we are going to read. So instead of typing the table name, if I put my mouse here and if I come to this table, this is the icon which we get, or option we get to insert the table name. So the table name, it is copied automatically, and as I was talking about, it is catalog.schema.table name. So let's just run this code. So currently it is waiting, and as you may notice, this is where it is connecting, where exactly it is running the code. So in a notebook, this is where we select the cluster or compute where we are running our code. In the free version, only serverless compute and serverless SQL warehouse are available. So to run the Spark code, we are using this serverless, which is default anyway. And this is how it has read this table and created a data frame. So as we can see, it is a data frame. These are the columns and the data types which are available within this table. Next, to try out anything with this data frame, we store it in a variable so that we can play around it. So now this same data frame, it will be stored in this df variable, and the same thing we can see that with this schema it has created this data frame. Next, let's see how we can get the data out of this data frame. So Spark, it comes up with a function called .show, which will show the data which is available within the data frame. So here we can see the sample data. Let me close this left part. And as we can see, it has shown in a formatted way, and it is showing the top 20 rows here. But this format of showing, it is not that good, we can see here. So Databricks, it provides a better way to show the data, which is the display function. So if we display the data frame, then it will be shown in a different format. So now it is showing it as a table properly. Each and every column is shown. For any column, we can do sorting, we can apply filters, we can copy the name, and we can do many more things. Now that we have read this data, let's see how we can write this data. So for write, like we had df.read, here we have df.write as well. And for writing also, there are multiple options. So one of them, it is saveAsTable. And this is what we are going to use. But we cannot write to the samples catalog, because that is created by Databricks only. We will need to write into our own catalog. So if I go to catalog, let's see where we can write. So these are the different schemas which are available. We can create our own schema also. Let's see how we can create that. Let me duplicate this tab so that I don't lose my notebook. In this another tab, let's open this catalog here. Now this is the catalog view. We can see the catalogs and tables here. And from here we can create a new catalog. So for now, let me give a name test, and we can leave the default options and just create it. Now it is created. Let me view my catalog. So here is my catalog created with two default schemas as well. Let's create our own schema here. So this is my schema created. Let me copy the name. Now within this schema, we will write our table. So this is our catalog.schema name, and then our table name. So let me give it any name. It can be test table or any name we want to give it. So now it will save this data frame as a table in this catalog schema and table. So it is complete now. If we go to catalog now and refresh this from here, here we can see that our table, it is created now. So this is our table which was created. We can see its column, data types, and we can check out the sample data also from here. So for sample data, we need to select a compute. So which will be the serverless SQL compute here. Now we can see our data, it is here. So this is another view how we can explore our table. So now we have understood how to read the data, display and write the data. Now let's check out some more basic operations. Let's say if we want to limit the number of records in our data frame, then there is a function available, limit, and then we mention how many records we want to provide. And this new data frame, we can store it in another data frame. So it will take our original data frame, limit the number of records, and then then store a reference into this data frame, not write, because writing is a separate operation. Now let's check out like how many counts are there in our new data frame. This is the function for count. So here we can see it has 48 records, and even though we limited it because overall in the original data frame also there were only 48, so that's why it is showing. If we mention 10 here, then it will limit it to 10. So now we can see it has 10 records. Another basic thing, it is about the schema of the data frame. Even though we can check out the schema here, to show the schema there is a separate function also available which is called as printSchema. So this does the almost same thing, it just prints the schema of the data frame which is created. So this is how quickly we can get started with Databricks and Spark. So you try out these things and then let me know in case you face any issue. So thanks for now. Bye bye.